So just because things wasn't going good in a year, you felt the need to step out and start oochie-coochieing with some chick? Like, that wasn't cool. You gave up on your marriage long before she did. And even if she had, because you're going to have rough patches in the marriage. You don't have times where this year ain't a good year. That doesn't make it right to do what you did. So he kept trying to use that as an excuse, but eventually he said, yeah, I did it. That wasn't right. I shouldn't have done that. I said, okay, that's what I needed you to hear. I needed to hear you say that wasn't right. You shouldn't have done it.
When people watch reality TV, they expect arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional moments. Drama is one of the biggest reasons these shows stay popular, but sometimes the conflict goes far beyond a simple disagreement. That is exactly what happened on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, when Sunni Minx shared new details about the heated fight between Martell Holt and Marsau Scott. At first, it looked like just another day of filming. The cast arrived, cameras were rolling, and everyone expected a normal recording session. However, the atmosphere quickly changed. What began as a tense conversation soon turned into a major confrontation that surprised everyone on set. According to Sunni, this was not a fight that happened because of one careless comment or one bad moment. The real problem had been growing for years. Old disagreements, hurt feelings, broken trust, and personal issues had slowly built up until neither man could keep his emotions under control.
Wrong. I think Martell's situation is the revenge for is never okay. And I spoke that on Queen Sheba's interview. I think it's low down. I think it's quite pathetic. And I told him this in his face. Because what you all don't know is I rode with Martell in the same vehicle to the interviews that we did in interviews that we did in LA. I was in the same vehicle with him. So I'm not the quiet type. I approached him about him, and we had a long conversation actually about the whole situation, and I try to hold him accountable because I feel like a lot of people don't hold him accountable for his shit. And he needs to hear that. I don't feel like he's had that enough in his life. That's why he's in denial.
Control anymore. Many fans believed they had already seen the worst arguments on the show. They had watched friendships end, relationships fall apart, and family members turn against each other. Even so, Sunni explained that this situation was different. She described it as a problem that had been waiting to explode for a long time. Martell Holt and Marsau Scott were not always enemies. In the early days, they shared a strong friendship. They supported one another, worked on business projects, spent time with each other's families, and enjoyed being part of the same social circle. From the outside, everything looked successful. They had growing careers, supportive families, and the opportunity to build something meaningful together in Huntsville. However, appearances can be misleading. Behind the smiles and public success, small problems were beginning to grow. Over time, those problems became impossible to ignore. For Martell, many of his challenges started when his personal life became public. His affair with Arion Curry...
No, there was no issue.
Well, there's an issue. I just bumped into Tails. We went in the gym the other day. I hollered him real quick.
You bumped into Martell?
And he was over here working out.
Okay.
I asked him about the houses, how's everything's going, and he let me know that things were going in the right direction.
Right.
There was a little issue between you two.
Between me and Martell?
Apparently, you have been saying negative things about him related to how the business started.
Well, y'all had a whole cup of tea, didn't you?
I mean, we talked for a little minute.
Good Lord.
I'm pretty surprised to learn that Martell has an issue with me, and I'm even more surprised that I learned about this issue through Sadara. It's kind of taking me off balance a little bit when I'm hearing it through hearsay, just because I thought everything was good.
At what point did you become the guy that people go through with problems? Because normally the problem starter.
Fair, that's fair.
And next time y'all have a tea party, let me know. Good Lord, y'all had all tea and crumpets, ain't said nothing to me.
Ain't no damn crumpets.
Created controversy and placed a great deal of pressure on his marriage to Melody Shari. What could have remained a private matter became one of the biggest storylines connected to the show. As more details became public, viewers began to see Martell differently. Instead of being known only as a successful businessman, he became the center of constant criticism. Every decision he made attracted attention, and many people questioned his judgment. Marsau Scott had always been known for speaking his mind. He was confident, direct, and never afraid to express his opinions. When he disagreed with someone, he usually said so openly. As time passed, many of his comments about Martell became sharper and more personal. According to Sunni, this was when their friendship really started to fall apart. Martell felt that Marsau was no longer acting like a friend. Rather than supporting him during a difficult period, Marsau seemed to criticize him whenever he had the chance.
You to know, you messed that up. Yeah, he was given chance after chance to do better, and I feel like he didn't.
From Martell's point of view, those comments felt like betrayal. He believed a true friend should stand beside him, even when life became complicated. Instead, he felt that Marsau was using his mistakes against him and making him look worse in front of everyone. The situation became even more uncomfortable when Martell reportedly tried to bring Arion Curry onto the set without informing the rest of the cast or the production team beforehand. According to Sunni, this decision surprised everyone involved. Arion's appearance immediately created tension because she represented one of the most painful chapters in Martell's personal life. Her presence reminded everyone of the affair and the damage it had caused. Many cast members were caught off guard, but Marsau reacted especially strongly. He believed Martell's decision was selfish and unprofessional. In his opinion, bringing personal drama into the workplace affected not only the filming process, but also the relationships among the entire cast. After that moment, the distance between the two men became much more noticeable.
So that's why when you talk about stuff about being where we are, being in the good place we are, and then no, we're not. Even watching you, Miss Nail, watching her come out screaming and hollering and crying.
Every conversation felt uncomfortable, and every shared scene carried an obvious sense of frustration. It became clear that their disagreements had not been resolved. Sunni explained that the conflict did not begin with one argument. Instead, it grew little by little over several years. Every disagreement, every sarcastic remark, and every emotional exchange added more pressure to an already damaged friendship. Eventually, the day arrived when everything reached its breaking point. As filming began, Martell appeared frustrated from the start. According to Sunni, he already felt that several people were judging him before any conversation had even started. The atmosphere on set felt tense, and many members of the production crew noticed that something seemed wrong. People quietly wondered whether another argument was about to happen. It did not take long. Marsau made another pointed comment during the discussion. Although he did not raise his voice, his words carried a clear message. He questioned Martell's professionalism and suggested that Martell's personal decisions had become a problem for everyone connected to the show. Those remarks pushed Martell over the edge. Instead of staying calm, he answered immediately. According to Sunni, his response shocked everyone in the room. Rather than simply defending himself, he directed his attention toward Marsau's personal life. Martell suggested that Marsau was hiding secrets of his own. He hinted that Marsau was not as innocent as he appeared and referred to long-running rumors about problems in Marsau's marriage. For a brief moment, the room became completely silent. Everyone realized that the conversation had become deeply personal. Marsau refused to back down. Instead of ending the argument, he continued responding. According to Sunni, he claimed to have seen compromising footage involving Arion Curry. He suggested that the material, if it were ever made public, could seriously embarrass Martell and damage his reputation even further. Hearing that deeply affected Martell. According to Sunni's account, the issue was no longer simply about past relationships or disagreements between friends. It had become a matter of personal pride, public image, and mutual respect. By that point, years of disappointment, anger, and broken trust had come together in one explosive confrontation. What began as a friendship built on support and shared success had turned into one of the most
alliances shifted, and suddenly everyone was forced.
Everyone present shocked by how quickly the situation had escalated. After that, the situation quickly got out of control. According to Sunni Minx, Martell could no longer control his emotions. Overcome with anger, he rushed toward Marsau while the cameras were still recording. The unexpected move shocked everyone on set. Crew members immediately stepped in to stop the confrontation before it became even more serious. Cast members were left screaming and trying to understand what was happening. The atmosphere changed in seconds, turning what was supposed to be another day of filming into complete chaos. Sunni explained that this was much more than a heated argument. It became a physical confrontation that could have ended much worse if security and production staff had not reacted so quickly. Because of the incident, filming stopped immediately. No one was focused on the show anymore. The cast returned to their dressing rooms, trying to calm down after witnessing such an intense moment. Many of them were visibly shaken because what had happened felt very real. It was no longer television drama created for viewers. It was a genuine conflict between two people whose friendship had completely fallen apart. However, there was another surprising detail. Sunni revealed that viewers did not see everything that happened that day. According to her, several of the strongest accusations made during the fight were removed before the episode aired. She claimed that producers believed some of the comments were simply too serious to include in the final version. Even after those scenes were edited out, the footage that remained clearly showed how damaged the relationship between Martell and Marsau had become. This was not just another disagreement between cast members. It marked the end of a friendship that had been breaking apart for years. The effects of the fight were immediate. Martell was deeply upset and embarrassed by everything that had happened. According to Sunni, he was determined not to let Marsau control the public story. Only a few days later, he responded by giving an exclusive interview with a woman who claimed she had been involved with Marsau. During the interview, several surprising allegations were shared, creating even more discussion among fans. The conflict did not stop there. Martell also posted mysterious messages online that many people believed were directed at Marsau's wife, Latisha Scott. His post suggested that he knew personal information about her as well, although he did not provide clear details. Those messages fueled even more rumors and increased the tension between both families. At that point, the disagreement had moved far beyond the television set. It had become deeply personal, affecting the lives of everyone connected to the two men. Marsau also faced serious consequences. Questions about his marriage began spreading across social media. His public image was challenged, and many fans who had once supported him started asking difficult questions. Ironically, the man who had often criticized Martell now found himself dealing with public controversy as well. Sunni explained that the argument did not only damage the friendship between Martell and Marsau, it also affected the entire cast. People who had worked together for years suddenly found themselves caught in the middle. Long-standing friendships became strained, and everyone felt pressure to choose whose side they supported. Melody Shari tried to stay out of the conflict as much as possible. Even though she wanted to remain neutral, some people believed she secretly supported one side over the other. No matter what she did, someone seemed unhappy with her position. Maurice Scott also found himself in a difficult situation. As Marsau's brother, he naturally wanted to support his family. At the same time, he hoped to calm the situation and prevent the conflict from becoming even worse. Balancing those responsibilities was far